been a bit since I recorded the last video because the transmission is in. I paid somebody to do it, and it's been quite a job. Mostly just because of me more than anything else, but whatever, I digress. Here's the wiring that we've just done. This is the one that I wired up to the DCCD controller and the ground to the chassis ground where the OBD port is. So we've checked this. I've checked this, I'm getting values out of it. I'm getting voltage, which is a good sign. So with the transmission in, now I can test this stuff. So I use the iWire connector, which is plugged in. So right here, you've got your positive and ground wire. You want to hit this with a multimeter and you should get 12 volts out of here. Now, I'm not going to be able to do it while holding. You're gonna have to trust me that this said 12 volts with the ignition on. So power is working. I don't know if the ground is good enough yet, because getting voltage is one thing, but actually sending real stuff through it is another. But I'm gonna try it. So right now I'm getting ground and power, which means this is going to be my, main power source right here. The other two sides are the DCCD sides. So this, you actually want to use a multimeter. So what you want to do is you want to measure the resistance of the two white wires to see if it works. The instructions say for a 6-speed, which is what this is, I should be measuring about 1.8 to like 3 or something like that. It's in the instructions, I just don't have it in front of me. So I'm going to show you that if I do this, see, there we go. Good. That is 1.8. That is the bottom of the threshold. I don't know really what it's supposed to be. This implies that this wire is actually working. So with these two things here, I should be cleared to plug the device in and hook it up and actually get power out of it, and then plug the laptop into it and make sure the programming works and everything, all the sensors are working properly. So that'll be the next step. Here goes nothing. Oh, something happened. All right, good. So I've got power. It's not blinking at me, so I think that means it is thinking it's talking to the DCCD controller. Next, we will plug in the USB and check it out. Got the thing plugged in here. Got the software running. I'm gonna go ahead and click connect. And we got something. So I can look through here. It looks like it did give me some sort of maps. Don't quite know how to tell what they're gonna do yet. So if I go into here and I turn the dial, you can see the current changes down there. So I do believe it's working. However, I'm not sitting in the driver's seat, so I can't test the sensors yet. So you can tell some of it's working, because if I do, here's my throttle, you can see it move. This is normal to have it recalibrate like this. So it's reading the, oh boy, this is falling. It's reading the throttle body, not the, what do you call it, the pedal. So the throttle body is not going to match your pedal 100%, but it is usually pretty good. So what you'll probably do is you can calibrate the lows and highs and stuff like that. But everything seems to be working. Well, I haven't fired it up yet to test all the other sensors, but you can see the accelerometer is working. You can zero that out. It is not mounted. I have to make a new one of these because it kind of shrunk a little bit in the sun, apparently. So that is a giant freaking mess in there. But it does look like it's working. It's applying stuff. So what I'll have to do now is just go through, just double check all of the settings and stuff like that. It came with the maps and stuff, which is kind of interesting, but I think I haven't figured out which one to use it. You can change the brightness there. I have not wired it into my, what is it called? The radio light thing. I might do that, but I've got a lot of stuff to do in here first. This was mostly to see if this was going to work, and it appears to at least power on. So run it through the sensor tests and come back and see how it goes. Here's my current mount. So I had to Dremel a lot of this out. This first print is not correct, and it's kind of warped already because it sits in the sun. So I got it shoved in there for now, as you can see, and it's wired up And I did, when I moved the car, I did confirm the speedometer works. So I've got these two working, the brakes work, and the throttle works. Obviously, I have to tune this a little bit because of the throttle position, make sure it's just mapped correctly. Because the throttle body technically never closes, but when the car is warm and or hot, it will close a little bit more basically. But so I can change this. Let's see what happens when I do this. I change that. Oh yeah, see, look at that. See, it got dimmer. That's kind of cool. So it's mounted here. So my accelerometer, I should be able to just press this. And I'm going to zero it. Okay, there we go. Zeroed out. So this is where it's going to sit right now. So then this will allow me to use auto mode successfully. So it's got some maps in here. You can actually see they're actually labeled like tarmac maps and stuff. This one's apparently like no unlocking. I don't probably want to use that. It's probably bad for things. People say everyone likes map 3. I looked at the instructions. I don't know how to tune. Like, I know these are cells and they all combine and it gives you some stuff outside, but whatever. So I think it's good. I am seeing everything that I need to see. The RPMs matched what the gauge has. So 2 pulses per revolution is mine. Left everything else the same. So we go over to here and I believe I understand how this thing works. So right now I have it set into flash mode and then show lock. So what that means is when it's just sitting here, it is, I'm trying to not cover with the microphone here, it is showing the lock. So right now it's at 0% lock. If I turn the little gauge, you can see it changes. So now I'm at like 40, 50%, 100% lock. That's because I am in manual mode. So these two buttons, they are the same thing. They just go different directions. So when it's blinking, it's telling you what mode you're in. These are maps 1, 2, 3, and 4, which correspond with those maps right there. Or you can flip it into auto mode, which is apparently the cool one. And you see it goes back to 0 because it's showing the lock. Now, in theory, if I drive around, it might change. I don't know yet. I haven't tried that yet. But that's why this, when it's solid with my setup here, it just means that that's what the current lock is. Now, the dial still does stuff. So the dial will apparently change kind of how much lock is done and when. And so apparently if you leave it down to the bottom, it has the most oversteer, which means it's probably the most unlocked, obviously, is kind of how that works. And then if you crank this sucker up to 100%, it's the most understeer. So this is going to lock more, basically. So I don't know where people like to be. I don't know if I should be using auto or a map yet. I'll probably have to do some autocross or something and play around with it and see, like, can I tell the difference and stuff? But right now, I'm going to leave it on auto, and I don't know, I'll turn it to like 25%. I have no idea. Like on the street, I really doubt I'm going to notice this, but maybe I'll see it lock up and stuff. So I'll have to drive it, and if it does something interesting, I guess I'll take a video of it. But this is it. It seems to be installed. I just have to, maybe do a little bit of playing here. I do not know how to make a custom tune for it, so I'm not going to try that. But the 6-speed and the DCCD seem to be in there, and I think it's time to basically drive it and see if the car catches on fire or not. So that's actually easy to find out. So I was messing with the calibration here for the throttle to get it to be like good to match what it is cold. Again, it's not gonna be perfect, but I actually notice I could see it changing the gain, so my gain right here, I'm in auto mode, right? So there's my gain. You can see if I turn the dial, it actually changes it. So I'm actually at 20, was I right at there? Where was I? I was at 20%. And you can actually see that if I give it some juice, you can actually see it lock up, which is kind of cool. So if I turn this like up, it's going to lock up like a lot, right? And that's kind of just depending on what you're doing. I'm giving it a little bit of throttle, blah, blah, blah. Obviously the car is off, so it's a little bit different. But see, if I give it full throttle, it's about 50% lock. Cool. So that this will actually move around as you're driving, it turns out. Here's how I'm gonna add the data logging pins. I've got an old computer power supply cable here, and you can buy tools for this, but people said staples work and they're not lying. So I'm using staple gun staples, not like a regular one, like a small one for a desk. So they're a little bit bigger, but they do work fine. So you shove them in like that. The first one obviously pushes the other one aside, but you can, they'll both go in there. You just gotta just give it a little pressure. It's really not a big deal. So you take these and you shove them in here. That one went in just a little bit more. Nope, not yet. The first one was like super easy. Oh, there we go. See, pop right out. Easy peasy. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire the data output. I'm gonna try it now instead of just like waiting. So you can see here, we've got ground, external module data. So one of them is ground, one of them is 5 volt. It's just 0 to 5 volts pin on the lockup. So if you look at here, you got pin 2 and 6. 2 and 6 lines up with that, but it actually is a little bit easier because if you look at the device, it's actually labeled for you. So you can see 2 and 6 on there. Maybe I'll do something, so whatever. That makes it pretty easy. So you can see the connector here. The tab is up. You can barely see. Here you go. There we go. So here's pin 2. There's pin 6. You can see they're empty. So 2 and 6 is going to be ground and data. I've got my things I took off the power supply. You should be able to just pop these in and yeah, it should work. You should be able to just pop those in. So if you look at the connector here, which you can't, there's 2 little pins coming out the side. So you can tell it is a square, but there's 2 little wings coming out the side. You want those wings to be clamping down on the side like this, basically. So hopefully you can see it. So I'm gonna just take the thing here. Of course, it's the same color as the pin next to it. That was definitely a good idea. I'm gonna shove it in this connector. This one, why won't you click? Just keep rotating it until it works. Oh, there we go. All right, so it was just facing the wrong direction. So if it doesn't work, and it doesn't, pop in there, just flip it around, shove it in there, and now if I pull it back, there it goes. It kind of had a little bit of resistance, and now we're in. So now I just wired this up, and I should be able to measure voltage. Well, scratch that. I was completely wrong. External module pins 2 and 6 are for something else entirely. They're not for what I'm doing, which is trying to read the DCCD voltage. Turns out what I want is pin, I don't know, 15 or 16. It's this white one right here. And if you look at the back, it will say data log out. So this wasn't working. It was giving me just like a regular voltage. And it turns out this also broke when I plugged it in here. So yeah, go figure. Tons of things didn't work with this. So I'm gonna redo this and I'm gonna use that white wire. I'm gonna use the same ground and then I'm gonna wire it up and then I should be able to read the voltage. Much better. It was, I was doing it wrong. So now I've got it in manual mode. I've got them hooked up. And as you see, there's my lockup. So I'm gonna wire it into, I've got it set up in here. So I've got like a little DCCD thing that I'm gonna wire it into the Arduino. So I'm gonna watch it even though it's here, whatever. Data logging just for fun. And there you have it, it's working. So there's my DCCD value. And there's my turning it, I'm reading the voltage. So all you really have to do now, or all I'm gonna do is just map it to 0 is 0 and 5 is 100% lockup. So yeah, easy. Here is the quote unquote finished product. So I made a new plate and I messed these up again. It's absolutely impossible for me to get these lined up properly. So I do not care. So got this mounted on a little tray in there. It's solid, zeroed out the accelerometer. And this is where I'm gonna leave it mounted. And so it works. You can switch the mode. Obviously it is what it is. So yeah, this is basically where I'm gonna leave it right now. And basically now it's time to kind of play around with the settings on like a track or autocross and figure out what I like and what I don't like. So maybe make another video about how I tuned it, but no idea. Otherwise, this is a MAP DCCD install, quote unquote, finished.